Hey, what's up? Um, I don't know what's going on with me today, but I think I'm just really, really emotional because um, it's like it's on Facebook and reading comments, and there's so much bullshit comments out there. People just talking shit about other people, and it just makes you wonder why people do that. And I don't know why it's really affecting me today. um, Even more so than because I just keep hearing about these suicides and these suicides and these suicides in the gay community. I'm like, God, why do we keep why do we keep creating communities where this stuff happens? And it's particularly hurtful in the gay community, because you got kids, you got our little brothers and sisters. These are little kids who are killing themselves because of the shit you're doing to other people. You're talking shit, you're bullying people. Believe it or not, I've never been bullied in my entire lifetime. Okay. I moved out from Tacoma to Maple Valley when I was in second grade, I think. I skipped a grade, so I was really should have been in first grade. And some kid called me a nigger on the out at recess. So I punched him in his gut, and then the Gooch was the name of our um, PE person. She came and got us, and they were gonna kick me out of school or do something. My parents came down. They were ready to shut the school down. They were like, "Hell to the no." Um, and really, that was the last I heard of it. And if anything, I was the guy who would step in for people. One of my first friends was Jimmy Chamberlain, and they're playing wall ball, and Jimmy pushed some guy, and so I stood up for him. I pushed Jimmy. Jimmy pushed me. We got up, and we were buddies after that. And that's how I've always been. I've always been the person who is trying my best to protect the underdog. And I remember my senior year in high school when I found out that some of the minority kids were getting terrorized at our school. It's like, it's a girl who's mixed, and we had a few non-white students at our school. And I found out this big old 6'6" joker was terrorizing one of the little black boys at the school was having to go around the long way to get to his class to avoid this guy. So as soon as I found out about it, I marched right over to his ass and told him I'd hand him his ass if he ever did that again. If he want to mess with somebody, he needs to mess with me. And then as I turned away, you know, then they're all throwing up Hitler signs and saying you smell something burning and all that mess. So I went and had their asses kicked out of school. Um, and they were throwing up Confederate flags in the Martin Luther King. That's the but it was all their craziness. Then the guy chased me home, tried to run me off the road, almost hit my little baby brother and our neighbor, ran them off the road. So I called the police and we pressed charges on him. They went into his house, found all this Aryan Nation stuff, whatever. And come to find out, it's all just because he feels like he's stupid and he doesn't fit in. Just ridiculousness. And if there's one thing that I've learned over my years is that the people who are giving you the most shit are dealing with the same shit you're dealing with. If you guys watched Glee last night, and you see that big old football player who's pounding out, he's messing with the gay boy, you know, and in all actuality, he's fighting with his own homosexuality. That's how it is. We do we not see it in the politicians in this world? The ones that are out there saying the most crap, spitting the most hate, are the ones that are dealing with the very issue that they hate so much. And it's just, I'm tired of it. I really am tired of it. I'm tired of it in the gay community. We're the most shit talkingest, racist, bigoted group of people in the world, and yet we want people to accept us. And that's just not going to work. If it's going to get better, it better start getting better now with us, with every single one of us out there doing, just loving people, treating people how you want to be treated. You looking at the person who's across from you and be like, that person's just like me. You know, just isn't it time for us to start doing things differently? Isn't it time for it to get better? Haven't there been enough deaths out there? Hasn't there been enough drama in the community? Hasn't there been just enough of all of this? Isn't there enough fighting and backbiting and enough politicking? I mean, aren't you just tired of it? I mean, shouldn't we just be living life like we're healthy and we're whole, and shouldn't we be concentrating on those things, on beautifying our world and making sure everyone's safe and everyone's healthy? Shouldn't we be concentrating on that as opposed to talking shit about strangers on the street? I mean, that's where I want to put my energy at. It does get better, but it gets better because we decide it's going to get better, and it gets better because we start acting better. We start treating people better. We start treating people like we need them in our lives, like they're important, like they can be there for us. So I don't know. Get it together, Gaves. Get it together, people. It's just, it doesn't make sense anymore. And for all the shit talking I've done in my life, because I know I have. I used to be that that hateful person, that judgmental person. You know, I learned that in church. Well, that's, I'm sorry for anyone I've ever hurt, but I'll make it up to you. I'll make it up to you by treating every single person I come in contact with better. So it gets better now. Love you guys.